There's no freedom like the ability to walk. Each day, most people walk freely without realizing what it takes to accomplish this important task. The central nervous system, skeletal system, and muscular system must all work together if normal gait is to be accomplished. Impulses to specific muscles must turn on and off at exact intervals. The knee, ankle, and hip joints must be able to move freely in a smooth, painless manner. If any of these requirements cannot be met, walking becomes difficult, tiring, and many times painful. Life becomes restricted. Thanks to a chance discovery by an MS person, Mrs. Carolyn Clawson, a special shoe was found to overcome certain walking difficulties. Once she was given the freedom to walk again, she initiated a program of research and development which has made this therapeutic walking aid a valuable tool in the field of rehabilitation. To understand the biomechanics of the Clawson Rocker Shoe, we must first understand we are not dealing with a disease, but rather the consequences of abnormal gait. This can be caused by anything which causes ankle or knee restrictions, such as found in orthopedic injuries, as well as neurological disorders. We will be dealing primarily with neurological problems, as these are the most difficult to deal with. In these cases, we find persons with spastic calf muscles or contractures often have enough strength to stand but are unable to walk as they cannot get their body weight forward over the foot. They are held back by what is called rigid plantar flexion. Plantar flexion simply means the foot tends to point downward from the ankle. This is caused by calf muscles tightening or contracting, causing the leg to be angled backwards when the foot contacts the floor. Standing becomes difficult because stability can only be maintained when the center of gravity, as shown by the red line, is over the base of support. Without some kind of help, this figure would fall backwards. People overcome this either by hyperextending the knee, as seen here, or by bending at the waist, as in this figure. In either case, standing becomes very unstable and walking is impaired. To understand how the Clawson Rocker helps solve the problem, we must first understand what takes place in normal walking. There are two phases in normal gait. The first is stance, and the second is swing. During the stance phase, the body weight is transported over the supporting foot. At the end of this phase, the knee passively bends to prepare the limb for swing. During the swing phase, the toe must be lifted and the thigh raised to achieve toe clearance. The limb can now swing through to achieve step length. Certain pathological gait problems can cause a restriction of the ankle. This deprives the individual's ability to move the leg over the foot, thus disrupting the entire gait cycle. This creates a knee problem, as it cannot bend normally unless the limb is brought onto the forefoot. Thus, the limb cannot prepare for the swing phase. Some other means must now be used to achieve step length. This is done in different ways. One way is to realign the body weight over the foot by elevating the heel. Once elevated, the leg is brought into a perpendicular angle with the ground, allowing the foot to remain in a downward position. When the body weight is realigned, the person is able to regain an erect posture. Looking at the cross-section of the Clawson Rocker, you can see that the shoe substitutes for the usual forward pivoting motion of the ankle with an artificial rocker action. This is created by the curvature of the bottom of the sole. The body weight can be transported forward while the foot remains in a rigid downward position. The two necessary factors are the roll point, which defines when the shoe is set in motion, and the acceleration surface, which determines the rate of speed at which the shoe will roll forward. When weight is applied in front of the roll point, the shoe automatically rolls forward, allowing the body to be transported over the foot and onto the forefoot. Passive knee flexion is then achieved as the forward roll of the shoe is stopped by flattening out the curvature of the sole's surface. This acts as a brake, which stops the forward momentum of the limb, forcing the knee to bend under the weight of gravity. At this time, the foot rocks forward onto the ball of the foot, allowing the heel to rise. This is why the shoe is designed with an open back. When the concept of the Clawson rocker is understood, it's easy to understand how this therapeutic aid is applied in real-life situations. This woman walks with a very stiff, awkward condition. The rigid ankles prevent her from transporting her body weight forward. With the Clawson rocker, she immediately regains erect posture. Notice the more fluid gait and easy stride. By being able to take advantage of the rocker shoe surface, walking improves immediately. Instability and strain are noted in this woman as she tries to move forward. As the Clawson rocker is used, again, posture improves and much less strain is evident. The shoe requires noticeably less energy drain as it distributes the body weight forward over the foot. With this woman, back curvature, pelvic tilt, and foot drop are evident. While wearing the shoes, the back is straighter, the pelvic tilt improved, and less foot drop is noticeable. In this case, lessened pain was the greatest asset of wearing the shoes. Getting a proper fit in the Clawson rocker is very important. Certain precautions are involved to ensure workability and comfort. The unique construction of this shoe uses two pieces, a bottom sole and a top laminate. Note the refined curvature. The two main areas to watch for are the metatarsal depression and the toe grip. Working together, these provide the lever action needed. Place the foot in the shoe with the ball of the foot in the contoured depression, making sure the toes are over the toe grip. The main concern should be that the ball of the foot is accurately placed. The toes and heel should be aligned on the sole correctly. Once the shoe is comfortable, tie the laces snugly, but not too tight, as this can cut off the circulation. Make it secure, but comfortable. Last, buckle the sling strap. Again, this should not be too tight, as it will push the foot too far forward into the shoe. Once the strap feels right, it need not be unbuckled again, as it can be pulled up over the heel easily. Walking in the Clawson rocker is a very different experience, so be sure you're stable before you begin. Always use your walking aid until you are totally confident. To use the rocker shoe to its full advantage, it's important you stand straight, holding your head up. This allows the body weight to be evenly distributed over the foot. Stand for a few minutes to get the feel of the shoes. Once you feel secure, reach out with your best leg. The key to using this shoe effectively is taking long, swinging strides. Swing from the hips in a relaxed, easy manner. If you take short, shuffling steps and lean forward, you will stumble easily, as this puts you onto the toes too soon. Then you will become unstable. The last important thing to remember is to stand wide, with your feet well apart. This will not only improve your balance while walking, it will also prevent the ankle from turning so easily. If more ankle stability is needed, there are two kinds of straps which can be used: the heel cap and the cross strap. When either of these straps is attached to the shoe, a restriction of heel rise occurs. This prevents the leg from being thrown too far forward. In doing so, it also stabilizes the knee. For this reason, these straps can be very helpful when knee buckling becomes a problem. The heel cap can also help to hold the heel into the shoe if it has a tendency to twist to the outside. Many people wear leg braces to overcome foot drop or to stabilize a weak ankle. Plastic ones like this can be easily used in the rocker shoe if they're not too heavy. Experiment with it. You may or may not need it. Realizing this shoe will not help everyone, we suggest you give it a try, as this is the only way to find out if you can benefit. This can be determined in a very short time. If you feel it's possible to stand straighter, with better stability, and if you feel lighter and less tired when you walk in these shoes, then you will know you are a good candidate. With practice, you should notice a new freedom in walking.